Should I bid? Should I bid? Should I bid? Bid, bid. Should I bid? Should I bid? Should I bid? Bid, bid. Oh yeah, bid it up, baby, yeah, yeah. Should I bid? Should I bid? Should I?
Good morning and welcome to Reimagined by the Chateau. I'm Rachel and I'll be your host today. Today I am sharing my report card and letting you know how I did on 5 of my bids this week. In today's report card, I had one kind of big disaster, I had one really exciting win, and I had 3 that were just very steady, 2 that were really good, right where I wanted them to be, and 1 that was really close. So I'm going to walk you through and talk you through the bid that I made, if it was a smart bid, and what I could have done better. So first off, we have this vintage Swiss Army watch. I know in general that these do tend to have a good resale value. When I'm looking for one, I'm looking for features like, is it water resistant? Does it have the Swiss Army logo on it? On the back, does it say made in Switzerland? I'm also looking for features on the front. As you can see on this one, it does have that ratcheted cover where you can see the numbers on the outside. That's called a ratcheted bezel case. And so I saw this one. Now, all the title said was vintage Swiss Army men's stainless steel watch. So I had to go do some digging to try and find a similar comp. Something like this, you know, it could have a resale value of $20, or like this one, I think this one is probably in the resale value of about $99. So I went ahead and comped it at that. The Smart Bid calculator told me that if I had a shipping of 0 to me, which I did, free shipping, my usual percentages, and a bid of $15, that my net profit would be $65. So I'm giving myself a win for that one, waiting for it to come in so I can get it listed. My second item is a sterling silver garnet ring. Now, you may know that I do like rings, and I saw this one. I'd already won a couple of other items from this auction house. So I thought, well, I think I'm going to bid. It's only $11. I think I can sell it. I went searching for a comp. Honestly, I didn't find a great one. I found one that was kind of similar in the $75 range. So I went ahead and comped it out at $75 with a $75 comp, $5 shipping to me, my regular fees, and a $12 bid. My promotion, my net profit is about $44. That may be aiming a little bit high. I'm not completely certain of this comp. That's why I've marked this in red, because I'm just not certain of my bidding on this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next item. So the next item is a thumbs down. This is a good lesson for me, and also a good lesson to share with you. I saw this bracelet and I was kind of multitasking when I was bidding, something I do not advise to do. And I saw this bracelet and I thought, oh, it's pretty. I'm going to go look and find a comp for it. So I'm looking at comps, and when I was looking at comps, I saw Kirk Steve. And then I also saw another brand, and the brand is Vintage S. Kirk and Sons. So my neurodivergent ADHD brain somehow turned Kirk Sons into Kirk Steve. So you have Kirk S, but now I turned S Kirk into the same place. Well, as you can see on the screen, there is a huge price difference. These are 2 different companies, 2 bracelets. Yes, both bracelets are silver in color. Both bracelets have flowers on them. However, the resale value of both bracelets is completely different. For the one that I wound up purchasing, I paid $10. The comp is $11, fail. And the other comp, as you could see, was actually $150. I comped this bracelet at the higher range. So note to self, slow down, take your time, don't multitask when you are bidding. So what am I going to do? What do I do in this type of situation? So I have a lot or a bundle of other pewter items. I'm going to actually take this bracelet, I'm going to add it to that lot, and I think I'll be able to make up my money in that way. So the next item we have is this Monet articulated dangling brooch. So articulated means that it bends, it has areas where it bends. So I looked at this one carefully. When I first started reselling, I kept hearing Monet, Monet, Monet. So every time I saw something that said Monet, I would buy it. And then I soon learned that Monet is one of those companies that has a wide range of different products. Some of the Monet products I was buying, I could only resell for maybe $10 or $20. So for a while, I just stopped buying Monet altogether. Well, I've recently started reinvestigating Monet. I know that some of their necklaces and some of their bracelets actually go for the higher prices that I'm looking at. That's the $100 to $200 price range. So I saw this one and I thought, okay, this one is more unusual. It looks more substantial. It is a bigger size. And then I found a comp that I thought looked somewhat comparable for $85. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on this one. It's a good opportunity for me to test this out. So I placed a bid on this. The bid was $15. The comp was $85. The shipping was $5. And if all turns out, my estimated net profit on this one is $49.55, just 5 cents under where I want to be. So I am calling this one a pretty good bid. So we're up to my last bid of the week, and this one was super exciting. And there's a little story behind this one as well. So this last one is a Ralph De Rosa brooch. Now, I'm going to link the video so you can go back and watch it. But a few months ago, I was buying from an auction, and there was a brooch. And it was listed, very rare Ralph De Rosa brooch. Well, I'd never heard of Ralph De Rosa before. So I hopped on over to eBay and I saw the comps and I was like, oh my gosh, Ralph De Rosa, this is someone I need to know. Like, these brooches are really high value. So I went back to the auction house, I looked at the brooch, and what they said in the description was, this is marked, but it's very light and like almost impossible to read. And I could get it for $15. So I thought, well, if I can get it for $15 and sell it for $500 or $600, then I'm just going to give it a try. So I received it and I scrutinized it, and guess what? It had nothing. It had none of the characteristics of a Ralph De Rosa brooch. So I just marked it off as one of those learning lessons. And then guess what? When I saw this, I thought, oh, this is one of these times when life kind of comes around full circle. So I had my $15 learning lesson with that brooch. And when I saw this one, I knew exactly what to look for. So one of the things with Ralph De Rosa is that the back clasp is very different than any other brooch that you'll see. So I went and I looked at the photos and I'm like, yes, that is the unique signature on a Ralph De Rosa brooch. So did I bid up for this one? Yes. I went up to $92 on this one, and I paid $30 in shipping. And I also found a good comp, a very good comparable comp for $900. Now, does that mean mine is going to sell for $900? No. Mine actually has a couple of stones missing, which I saw in the picture. If it did comp and sell at $900, I would make almost a $600 net profit. I'm thinking I will probably list it at $6.99 and see what happens. That is still an amazing net profit. And the thing is, if I hadn't had that brooch from that auction, I never would have known to buy this one. So that said, let's take a look at my scorecard for this week to see where I did well and where I could have improved. The pewter bracelet, did I have a good comp? No, I had the wrong one. My loss on that, I'm estimating to be $4.20. Hopefully I can put it into a different batch and get my money back on that one. What can I learn on that one? Take your time, go slower. Don't let your brain get the brands mixed up. Kirk S is not the same as S. Kirk, even though they may have a similar looking product. The Swiss watch, that was awesome. I'm looking at a potential $65 net profit. Remember, when you're looking at watches, look for features that make them unique. The Ralph De Rosa brooch, well, we've talked about that one. Learning on that one, just trust that good things will come to you. Be consistent, do your research, good things will come. The Monet brooch, this one was good. I'm trying out something a little bit new. I'm trusting my instinct. I do think I'm going to net about a $50 net profit on that one. And my note to myself is keep looking, keep learning. I've been doing this for a year, but I still have so much that I can learn, and I'm really grateful to that. It's good to keep this almost 60-year-old brain engaged and learning new things. And finally, that sterling garnet ring, that I have good comp. Honestly, no. Did I estimate a net profit of 50? No, it may be close. What did I learn? Rachel, you got to be careful with the rings. That's two rings that I kind of messed up on this week. So note to self, get better comps on rings. I hope you enjoyed watching this week. I'll be back next week with another report card. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.